So, we're talking about the synthesis of all of our learning for this semester, and I chose to do kind of a concept map that's a little bit webbed to kind of arrange my thinking regarding all of that learning. So, to start off, I put our standards and objectives at the top because everything that we're going to be teaching and everything that we're going to be focusing on with the students is going to fall under those standards and objectives. So below that, I chose to place the big five of reading. The big five of reading is those main five key points that we are focusing on when we are checking that students are progressing as they read and that they are learning to read, and it's what we're teaching them before we even get into actually reading. So the big five of reading is phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension, both explicit and implicit. So to begin, we're going to start with phonemic awareness and phonics. Then I have that funneling into phonological awareness and sub-skills. Really, I would like to have that flipped, to have the phonics and the phonemic awareness coming down from phonological awareness, but to stick with the big five of reading, we're going to have it funneling into it. So phonological awareness is where you're going to be talking about syllables, words and sentences, rhymes, alliterations, and phonological awareness is really where you're going to be doing a lot of the focusing on words and the sounds that they make. Phonemic awareness is when you can start doing those activities where you're focusing on the individual sounds, the smallest sounds that you can hear in a word. And you're going to be doing isolation activities with sounds, blending, segmenting, addition of sounds and deletion, and subtraction of sounds. You're going to be doing some fun, that's where you do a lot of the fun activities. And then we're going to be moving on now into comprehension. And comprehension is where you're checking that the students are thinking as they're reading. This is when you're going to be focusing on balanced literacy, which involves our interactive read alouds, shared reading, guided reading, and it's independent reading, but more so we're focusing on interactive read aloud, shared reading, and guided reading because that's when you, the teacher, are going to step in and have the students stop as they're reading aloud and ask them questions to kind of guide their thinking and making sure that they are stopping to think about what they're reading rather than just reading the words. And then with that guided reading, that's where you're going to be checking for students' vocabulary and their fluency. You're going to be doing those running records during that time. And so that's why we have our fluency and vocabulary is connected along with phonics and phonemic awareness because that's going to feed into student fluency and vocabulary. And so fluency and vocabulary are funneling into running record, which is connected to guided reading because that's when you're going to be doing those running records. And that is pretty much the gist of my presentation.